जय गणेश गणनाथ दयानिधि, सकल विघ्न कर दूर हमारे। मम वंदन स्वीकार करो प्रभु, चरण शरण हम आए तुम्हारे। जय गणेश गणनाथ दयानिधि। लाला जय गोपाला, जय नंद लाला जय जय श्री राधे गोविंदा। मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है श्री राधे गोविंदा। मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है, गोपाला हरि का प्यारा नाम है, नंद लाला हरि का प्यारा नाम है गोविंदा। मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है श्री राधे गोविंदा। मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है। मोर मुकुट सिर तल बनमाला, तिलक लगाए केसर तिलक लगाए। मोर मुकुट सिर दल बनमाला, केसर तिलक लगाए, केसर तिलक लगाए। वृंदावन की कुंज गलन में सबको नाच नचाए, ओह सबको नाच नचाए श्री राधे गोविंदा। मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है श्री राधे गोविंदा। मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है। यमुना किनारे धेनु चरावे माधव मदन मुरारी, माधव मदन मुरारी। यमुना किनारे धेनु चरावे माधव मदन मुरारी, माधव मदन मुरारी। मधुर मुरलिया जही बजावे, हर ले सुध बुध सारी, ओह हर ले सुध बुध सारी श्री राधे गोविंदा। मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है श्री राधे गोविंदा। मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है। राधा शक्ति बिना न कोई श्यामल दर्शन पावे, श्यामल दर्शन पावे। राधा शक्ति बिना न कोई श्यामल दर्शन पावे, श्यामल दर्शन पावे। आराधन कर राधे राधे कान्हा भागे आवे, ओह कान्हा भागे आवे श्री राधे गोविंदा। मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है श्री राधे गोविंदा। मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है, गोपाला हरि का प्यारा वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचानुर्मर्दनम् देवकी परमानन्दम् कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरु। जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय जय जब चारों तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो। जब चारों तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो, और कोई कोई न खेवन हारा हो, फिर तू ही बेड़ा पार करो, फिर तू ही बेड़ा पार करो। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे। तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे। पूरन कर दे उनकी आशा, कर दे उनकी आशा। जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे प्रभु, जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों हनुमान चालीसा। श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुख रसुधार बरनो रघुवर विमल यशु जो दायक फल बुद्धहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देह मोहि हरहु क्लेश विकार जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर राम दूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमत निवार सुमत के संगी कंचन वरण विराज सुवेशा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केशा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कान्हे जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिवे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिवे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्ष उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिया भरत संभाई बदन तुम्हरो यश गावे अस कही श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा यम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाँ ते कभी को मिल गई सकय वही कीन्हा राम मिलाए राज पर दीन्हा सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे तेज सम्हारो आपे, तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा, संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, इनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पाए। चारों युग प्रताप तुम्हारा, है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नव निधि के दाता, असवर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे, अंत काल रघुवरपुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्त धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई, छूटहि बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, कोई सिद्धि साकी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, कीजय नाथ हृदय महदेरा। कीजय नाथ हृदय महदेरा, कीजय नाथ हृदय महदेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरण, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसौ सुरभूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, शरणम प्रेम से बोलो महावीर स्वामी की जय। जो कुछ किया सो तुम किया, मैं कुछ किया नहीं। जो कुछ किया सो तुम किया, मैं कुछ किया नहीं। कहो कहीं जो मैं किया, तुम ही थे मुझ माही। कैसे तेरा नाम धियाए, कैसे तुम्हारी लगन लगाए। कैसे तेरा नाम धियाए, कैसे तुम्हारी लगन लगाए। हृदय जगा दो ज्ञान, तुम्हारी शरण पड़े। उद्धार करो भगवान, तुम्हारी शरण पड़े। उद्धार करो भगवान, तुम्हारी शरण पड़े। शरण पड़े, शरण पड़े, शरण पड़े, उद्धार करो भगवान, तुम्हारी शरण पड़े। उद्धार करो भगवान, तुम्हारी शरण पड़े। पंथ मतों की सुन सुन बातें, द्वार तेरे तक पहुँच न पाते। पंथ मतों की सुन सुन बातें, द्वार तेरे तक पहुँच न पाते। भक्त के बीच जहान, तुम्हारी शरण पड़े। उद्धार करो भगवान, तुम्हारी शरण पड़े। उद्धार करो भगवान, तुम्हारी शरण पड़े। गणपति त्रिपुरारी, तुम ही बने हनुमान, तुम्हारी शरण पड़े। उद्धार करो भगवान, तुम्हारी शरण पड़े। शरण पड़े, शरण पड़े, शरण पड़े, शरण पड़े। उद्धार करो भगवान, तुम्हारी शरण पड़े। ऐसी अंतर ज्योत जगाना, हम तीनों को शरण लगाना। ऐसी अंतर ज्योत जगाना, हम तीनों को शरण लगाना। हे प्रभु दया निधान, तुम्हारी शरण पड़े। उद्धार करो भगवान, तुम्हारी शरण पड़े। शरण पड़े, शरण पड़े, शरण पड़े, शरण पड़े। उद्धार करो भगवान, तुम्हारी शरण पड़े। उद्धार करो भगवान, तुम्हारी शरण पड़े। बनवारी रे, जीने का सहारा तेरा नाम रे। मुझे दुनिया वालों से क्या काम रे। बनवारी रे, जीने का सहारा तेरा नाम रे। मुझे दुनिया वालों से क्या काम रे। झूठी दुनिया, झूठे बंधन, झूठी है ये माया। झूठी दुनिया, झूठे बंधन, झूठी है ये माया। झूठी सांस का आना जाना, झूठी है ये काया। ओ एक साचो तेरो नाम रे। बनवारी रे, जीने का सहारा तेरा नाम गिरधर छोड़ दिया जग सारा। रंग में तेरे रंग गई गिरधर छोड़ दिया जग सारा। बन गए तेरे प्रेम की जोगन लेकर मन एक तारा। ओ मुझे प्यारो तेरो नाम रे बनवारी रे, जीने का सहारा तेरा नाम रे। मुझे दुनिया वालों से क्या काम रे बनवारी रे, जीने का सहारा तेरा नाम रे। मुझे दुनिया वालों से क्या काम रे।
ॐ प्रातस्मरामि हृदि संस्फुरदात्मतत्त्वं सच्चित्सुखं परमहंसगतिं तुरीयं यत्स्वप्नजागरत् सुषुप्तिमवेत्ति नित्यं तद्ब्रह्म निष्कलमहं न च भूतसङ्घः। हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ। Namaskar. Assalamu alaikum, Sitaram, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My dear brothers and sisters, this is your friend and brother, Acharya Arun Gossai, coming to you live once again from New York City on another segment of Avenues to Peace. A program, my dear friends, where we're analyzing the various beings, the various methodologies, and the various formulas for achieving the everlasting bliss that we're looking for in this world. A special thank you to my brother Roshanji, to his entire team at Abichunes Radio for making today's program possible. Live on abichunes.com, live on Abichunes Facebook Live, and of course Bhuvaneshwar Mandir Facebook Live as well. My dear brothers and sisters, we were taking an in-depth look at the wonderful work of Adi Shankaracharya ji, Bhaja Govindam. Bhaja Govindam is a text written by the great sage to actually annihilate the false, erroneous notions as to what our priorities are in this world. Sometimes we think that the priorities are pleasing others. We think the priorities are achievements that are material. We think the priorities are even getting involved in the world at an enormous extent, so much so that it becomes burdensome and we take ourselves away from our true self. And we further get ingrained, my dear brothers and sisters, in what we call the Maya of this world, the illusory aspect, the temporary, unreal aspect of this world. So Bhaj Govindam, my dear brothers and sisters, the word Bhaja again means Bhaj Kare. Bhaj means to seek, and Govindam, of course, means God. Now, what does it mean to seek God? Does it mean only to go to mandir and pray on a Sunday? Does it mean only to do your annual pujas? While these sadhanas are very, very necessary, seeking God is actually a byproduct of going to the mandir and doing your pujas, doing your japa, your meditation. As a matter of fact, when one finds the Lord, meditation is not only 5 minutes thereafter, but it becomes 24/7, 365 days a year. So in this way, Adi Shankaracharya ji, with his divine grace, being none other than Bhagavan Shankara himself, my dear friends, he shows us the pathway to realization. The goal of the human life, no matter what you have, no matter who's around you, no matter what you don't have, no matter who's not around you, The goal of this human life is not to acquire things and beings. The goal of this human life is to be inwardly happy. That is why you must associate yourself with the company, especially satsang, that will take you into this realization. Ramayana says that finding a saint and having communion or satsang with the saint, being in the saint's company, my dear brothers and sisters, this is what's going to take us to the next level in our lives, spiritually. While we would have had so many accomplishments in the worldly realm, it is the goal of the human life to actually find yourself through satsang, through coming together with the wonderful people who will take you, and knowledge that will take you to that space of divinity, the space of peace within. Let's continue our look, my dear brothers and sisters, at sadhana, at our Bhaja Govindam, and we're looking at verse number 8 of this Moha Mudgara, the hammer that hammers away delusion, my dear brothers and sisters. And verse number 8 goes as follows. Kate kanta kaste putra samsaro ayamayatiwa vichitraha kasya tvam kakuta ayataha tattvam chintayat tadiha bhrataha bhaj govindam govindam bhaj mudamate. The word ka in Sanskrit means who is, te means yours, kanta means wife, kaha who is. Who is your wife? Kaha te putraha, who is your son? Samsara ayam, this samsara ativa vichitraha. Ativa vichitraha, it is mysterious. It is indeed adbhut. It is indeed wonderful. What does this mean, my dear brothers and sisters? The Maya of this world allows us to think that everyone related to you is actually yours. And we saw that in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 1, the whole premise of Arjuna's depression, the whole premise of Arjuna's anxiety was because of one word. And the one word was my. My dear brothers and sisters. My body, my object, my wife, my husband, my children, my job, and the list goes on and on and on and on. In the same Bhaja Govindam, we'll see that Ma kuru dhana jana yovara garvam. Why? The wonderful time, my dear brothers and sisters, takes away all the dhan, all the wealth, all of the jan, the people around you, and yovan. Ma kuru dhana jana yovana garvam harati namesha kala sarvam. Harati namesha kala sarvam. All of this is taken away. Dhana, wealth, jana, people, yovan, youth. It's all taken away by the hands of time. So ask yourself the question, when you say that this is mine, is it really yours? Or was it lent to you by a higher supreme intelligence called God? Kate kanta kaste kahate putraha. Who is your wife? Who is your son? And last time we saw that according to the laws of physics, thermodynamics to be specific, the first law says, my dear friends, energy can neither be created nor destroyed. This means that the soul that you have, which is, of course, the mind and intellect, along with the 15 other parts that we saw in Tattva Bodha, this mind and intellect, which houses your personality, houses your vasanas, houses your habitual tendencies that you come into the world with and you exit with, this soul has come so many times before. In Bhagavad Gita chapter 2, in the beginning, wonderful Lord Krishna says, there was neither a time where these kings were not, and there will never be a time when they will cease to be. The soul goes on and on and on in this realm, my dear brothers and sisters, of transmigration. And what we have to realize is that every relationship that you would have had is because of this body. The body, right? A mother gives birth to a child. That mother automatically becomes mother because of the birth of the child. Again, where did that birth happen? From the body into the world, child. Then, my dear brothers and sisters, we start to say, oh, my profession, I graduate school, I become a doctor. This is my profession. Again, where is that profession attached to, or what is it associated with? It is associated with your body. You serve as a doctor with your body. You serve as whatever you serve as this body, my dear brothers and sisters. And jab pran tan se nikle, when this soul, the jivatma, that is the mind and intellect, leaves this body, what are we then? So, are you the doctor that you are when you leave this body? Are you the Acharya? Are you the Swami? My dear brothers and sisters, whatever it is that you are, once your soul leaves this body and the body is lifeless, there's no more profession. Who is wife to the body after that? When your soul would have had so many different relationships in the past lives, which one is the actual wife? Which one is the actual husband? Which one is the actual profession? Which one is your actual house? Let's say you passed away, God forbid, and you had the most beautiful house. Let's say you had a Taj Mahal as your house. And when you passed away, you left it behind. And then you were born again somewhere. And then you remembered that that was your house. Let us say you remembered your past life. You try going back to that house in the next body and see if they'll let you in. Or you try telling them that, you remember my name is on that deed? They'll say, excuse me? Prove it. Your fingerprint. Oh no, it's a new body. Fingerprint doesn't work. Try to open up your phone when you pass away and you come back and you find your phone again. Try to open up with a new body thumbprint. It won't open. Everything that you think is yours right now, including your children, including your wife, according to Adi Shankaracharya, including the place you were born, your Janma Bhumi, wherever you were born, including, my dear brothers and sisters, anything that you say is yours. In actuality, nothing is yours. When you leave this body, when the body is left behind, what is yours thereafter? The soul journeys on without anything, my dear brothers and sisters. So in this world, we have, as I posted on Facebook today, a beautiful song, Zindagi Mein Hazaro Jamela Juda. We actually come together with thousands of situations, thousands of people. But one day, Hamsa Jaba Jaba Urao Akela Juda. We actually we leave this, we fly away like a swan that flies away alone, leaving everything behind. So therefore, Adi Shankaracharya says, do not be too concerned. With whatever God has given you, you do your best. But know none of that to be yours. Why? Because it is all coming and going. Chapter 2, verse 14 of Bhagavad Gita, that things are coming and going, O Arjuna. What you have to have is titiksha, forbearance for the pinpricks of life. Treasure what you have. You are a trustee. God has trusted you with your child. God has trusted you with your wife. God has trusted you with the house. God has trusted you with the profession. What you do with those things is a tribute unto the Lord. But do not get wrapped up in the fact that you are the owner. We are the owner of nothing. Right? मैं नहीं मेरा नहीं यह तन किसी का है दिया. The beautiful song says, my dear brothers and sisters, मैं नहीं मेरा नहीं. Nothing is mine. यह तन किसी का है दिया. Someone else has given us this body. Someone else has given us this wife. Someone else has given us the husband. Someone else's son or daughter has become that. So in actuality, what is ours? It will be ours today, but when we leave this body, what is ours? Samsaro ayam ativa vichitra. Ayam ativa means this samsaraha is vichitraha. It is indeed very, very mysterious. It is indeed very, very wonderful. Why? Because we are duped into thinking that everything is ours. Don't be rudely awakened at death when you'll realize that nothing was yours to begin with. Realize that nothing is yours and serve Bhagavan. Find the Lord in the midst of whatever situation you're in. Make some time to discover that which is yours, your true self. Bhaja Govindam. Now, how do we begin to find ourselves? Adi Shankaracharya ji gives us the clue right here. And he says, Satsangatve nisangatva nisangatve nirmohatvam nirmohatve nischalatatvam nischalatatve jivan muktihi bhaj govindam govindam bhaj mudamate. The word mudamate, fool, O foolish person, do not waste your time in the world. Now, these are not my words. They are Adi Shankaracharyaji's words, none other than Lord Shiva himself. While Lord Shiva can be very compassionate, Karuna Sagar, the ocean of compassion, he can very well be very, very stern when he needs to be. And this is all part of the Guru's grace, compassion. Tough love is given. When he calls us fool, he's trying to shake us up. He's trying to awaken us. Like how Krishna said Klaibyam, called Arjuna Klaibyam. Klaibyam means a person who has no manliness. You've given up all your manliness. You've given up all the strength within you. You've given up your duty to go forward and protect these people, being a warrior, and you want to achieve heaven. So Krishna uses these words to Arjuna as well, as Bhagavan Shankar calls us fools. Why? Because we're deluded into thinking that these things are ours. And the goal is to acquire, to achieve in the material world. My dear brothers and sisters, the goal is more than that. The goal is to find that inner bliss, to find God within, to find that completion, no matter what situation you're in. Now, how do we do so? Satsangatve nisangatva. Satsangatve, through the company of the good, nisangatva, arises non-attachment. So when you find a guru, when you find a sage, when you find an Acharya, someone who teaches you on a daily basis spiritual knowledge, someone who enlightens you, someone who teaches you, and you're never the same after. When you find such a person in your life and you begin to understand what the goal of this human life is, most notably through the knowledge of Vedanta, the higher self, when you find a guru of this caliber who can give you spiritual knowledge and you transform, what happens is you become what we call a Vairagi. Vairagi means someone who is not attached to the world. Someone who doesn't have likes and dislikes. See, non-attachment doesn't mean that you give up everything and you go away to the Himalaya mountains. That's not what non-attachment means. Attachment is when we have this idea of ownership, like we looked at just now. Kate, Kanta, Kahate, Putraha. Who is your wife? Who is your son? When all of the souls go and leave all of it behind and acquire a body and new wife and new so on after the fact, after they're born again. So the fact that we are not the owners of anything allows the idea of non-ownership or non-attachment to be a part of our life. Attachment means, my dear brothers and sisters, when we're attached to an object so much so that when it departs from us, we become sad and depressed. This was Arjuna's problem. In chapter 1, we see that he is highly attached to his family members. He is highly attached to the people who he knew, his suhrid, his best friends, his maternal uncles, fathers, brothers, people that he grew up with. They were on both sides of the army, ready to annihilate each other. And that was his problem. He didn't see his duty first as a warrior to protect the innocent, uphold the law, serve the public trust. What he did was put himself first. And what was worse than that, he began to speak wise words to Krishna. He began to tell Krishna what is good for him. It was only until chapter 2, verse number 7, where the wonderful Lord, my dear brothers and sisters, says, Arjuna says to the wonderful Lord, Shishyate aham shadimam dwam prapannam. I'm ready to be a student. I'm ready to be silent now. I'm ready to listen to the knowledge that will free me from depression and anxiety. So in our lives, my dear brothers and sisters, non-attachment means this. Get rid of the idea that things are yours, minus. Through satsang, through understanding that you will take nothing and you have come with nothing, even the sheet that you were wrapped up with, that piece of cloth that you came into the world with, will be shed one day in the furnace or underground. We came with that peace, nothing. Nothing we came with, and we'll go with nothing. Therefore, satsangatve nisangatva. Through satsang, through coming together with the sages, we realize that nothing really belongs to us. Agama apayano nityaha. Everything is coming and going, and nothing is forever in our midst. Then nisangatve nirmohatvam. Through nisanga, through non-attachment, nirmohatvam, there arises nirmoha. Nirmoha means no delusion. You see, what is delusion? Delusion means when we think this world is real, when we think every object is there for us to acquire and that it will be there forever. This is moha. Moha also means, on the highest sense, where we think that we are this body. The erroneous notion that we are this body and mind will lead you further into the spell of Maya. What is Maya? Maya is this imaginary world that we live in, but because it's in the mind and seems very real, we think of it to be the reality. In actuality, the Maya is false, it is fleeting, it is temporary, it is unreal, and the true higher self is waiting to be discovered within you. This is called nirmoha or moksha. Nirmoha, moksha mean the same thing. The word nir means without, moha means delusion. And moksha comes from the Sanskrit root, moha kshaya iti moksha. Moha kshaya, removal of all moha, delusion. When you live in that reality, from the Guru's grace, from the Upanishads, from the Vedanta that we learn on a daily basis, especially at Bhuvaneshwar Mandir, you'll begin to know that this is not you. And all of the things that your body is attached to cannot be yours. You are something more. You are that bliss within that you were looking for. You are that ultimate bliss and peace. Having gained that, there is nothing more to be gained in this world. More about this we will see on next week. This coming week, my dear brothers and sisters, I have to give you a special invitation. At Bhuvaneshwar Mandir, our Guruji from India is coming. Sri Gopal Sharan Devacharya ji from Vrindavan and New Delhi will be coming to grace Bhuvaneshwar Mandir for the first time ever. The Santa Evam Vidvat Sammelan will take place this Friday to Sunday. Friday, May 12th to Sunday, May 14th. It will be 2 sessions a day. The first session will be 8:30 a.m. to 12 noon, and then 5:30 to 8:30 in the evening. Guruji will be coming. He's a great saint, according to the Ramayana, the one who meets a saint in their life, like the caliber of our Guruji from India. That person has gained trillions and trillions of punya from such a meeting. Number one. And number two, in order to meet a saint like that, they would, my dear brothers and sisters, have had to done millions and millions of great deeds before. So in this life, my dear brothers and sisters, we truly have to understand this one fact, that in meeting the saints, we gain that spiritual evolution. So come to Bhuvaneshwar Mandir this Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 12 noon, the first session, 5:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m., the second session, Friday. Saturday, same thing. And Sunday, same thing. Sunday is Mother's Day. And what better gift to give mom than to bring her to meet a bona fide saint? So God bless all of you. Please come this weekend. The jug starts Friday at Bhuvaneshwar, May 12th to the 14th. For more information, please see our Abhichun's Facebook page, Bhuvaneshwar Mandir Facebook page, and my Facebook page as well, Acharya Arun Gossai. God bless all of you. This is your friend and brother, Acharya Arun Gossai, signing off for now. God bless all of you. Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Hanuman. Oh
शिव हरे शिव राम सखे प्रभु त्रिविधताप निवारण हे विभो अज जनेश्वर यादव पाहि मां शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मे वरं शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मे वरम् कमललोचन राम दयानिधे हर गुरो गजरक्षक गोपते शिवतनो भव शंकर पाहि मां शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मे वरं शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मे वरम् सुजनरञ्जन मङ्गलमन्दिरम् भजति ते पुरुषः परमं पदम् भवति तस्य सुखं परमद्भुतम् शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मे वरं शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मे वरम् जय युधिष्ठिरवल्लभ भूपते जय जयार्जित पुण्य पयोनिधे जय कृपामय कृष्ण नमोस्तुते शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मे वरं शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मे वरम् भव विमोचन माधव मापते सुख विमान सहंस शिवारते जनक जारत राघव रक्ष मां शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मे वरं शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मे वरम् अवनिमण्डल मङ्गलमापते जलद सुन्दर राम रमापते निगम कीर्ति गुणार्णव गोपते शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मे वरं शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मे वरम् पतित पावन नाम मयि लता तव यशो विमलं परिगीयते तदपि माधव मां किमुपेक्षसे शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मे वरं शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मे वरम् अमरता परदेव रमापते विजयतस्तव नाम धनोपमा मयि कथं करुणार्णव जायते